Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? Your old pal CHH is here in the building. You know how this goes. If it's blurry, give it a minute. You all know how this goes. How's my audio? Can everybody hear me? I might need to bump up my there we go. How's that? Now you guys can see me. What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? Let me know that y'all can hear me all right. We'll say hi to everybody in the show. I know, give it a second. You know how it is. It's always crappy right when it starts, but it clears up. Thank you so much. Antanas with a $4.99. I finally saw Hard Eyes tonight. Have you seen it? Yes, Antanas, I reviewed it. I reviewed it, brother. I enjoyed it. It definitely is a movie that's hit or miss. People don't really like the romantic comedy aspects of it. I think horror fans want horror. I think horror fans want horror, but I can appreciate mixing it up every now and again. So I liked it, but I understand why some people don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll say about that. But thank you so much. Here's your super chat. Let me say hello to everybody in here. Then we're going to get into some news tonight, guys. We'll have some fun. You know how this rolls. We'll do about an hour and change. I'll talk about some news that I personally have, some physical media news, but we're going to cover that in a video tomorrow, as well as other stuff. So let's see who we have tonight. Cable Channel 11, what's up? Spooky Nerd Club, what is going on? Quentin, what's up? Lone Wolf, what is up? Yes, Trekopedia, I have good news to share. What is up? Steve's Retro Rewind, what is up? DJ, what is up? Richard, what is up? Donovan, what is up? Anthony the Third, what is up? D, what is up? Joey, what is up? Alan, what is up? Saturn, what is up? Slasher Critic, what is up? What do you do, Slasher Critic? I wonder what you talk about. Great name. Kevin, what is up? Adrian James, what is up? A-Dub, how are you? My friend Mel, everybody check out Mel if you haven't seen Mel's channel before. She's really sweet. She's funny, and I really enjoy Mel's videos. She's got that kind of quality where you can just put them on if you're just cleaning up around the house and you just need something to listen to, something that's like kind of calming and relaxing. I put on Mel's her videos where she's like setting up her room and stuff a lot. I love those. Yes, give me a minute on the internet. I have good internet. It's Restream. It's always gets choppy for a second, so just hang with me. But yes, listen. How is everybody? Thanks everybody for being here. I'm so happy for everybody to be here tonight. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Ecto, what's going on? It's another guy. It's a buddy of mine. What's going on, Ecto? All right, guys. So, first things first. I've got some personal news that I'd like to share with you guys. And this is exciting news for me. I'm very honored about this. And I want to talk to you guys about this. And listen, it's not about winning. It's not about losing. It's about the honor that is bestowed upon me. I never thought this would happen. Some people may not see this as a huge deal. For me, this is a very big deal because I've been aware of this for some time now. And I credit this to you guys, my viewers, because you guys have really made my channel rock and roll over the last couple years. And you guys, I see all the shares, I see all the likes. There's some of you guys that whenever I post a link on Facebook, on X, you guys will share it and just get the word out for me. And I love you guys for that. So the announcement for myself is I have been nominated for a Rondo Award. And I've been aware of the Rondo Awards for many, many years, and I think it's a great thing, and I'm blessed and I'm honored. It's not about winning, but what I do want to say is this, guys. I looked at the list. There are other people that I know. There's some big pages that have gotten nominated as well. Friends of the channel have gotten nominated as well. Like the Cobwebs channel. He's a really nice guy. He has an amazing channel. He's a better talker than me. His videos are way more informative than me. In a lot of ways, he's better than me. But he's a really humble, sweet guy. I like him a lot. And I'm sure a lot of you guys watch this. But here's what I want to say, guys. If you go to the Rondo website, the rondooawards.com website, you look at the list of the nominations for the media podcast section, which is basically what's on that list. Planet CHH is the underdog on that list. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm up there with some amazing names on that page. And here's the thing, guys. I think we can win this. I really think we can win this. I think that because if we won this award, if we won this Rondo Award, the first people I would thank is you guys. I wouldn't say I worked hard for this or this is great. I would say without my audience, this is because this channel really is a channel that grew from grassroots. I never was the channel that had got the push from the algorithm or things like that. We clawed, and every time I put out stuff, I try to get a new viewer every time, and the viewership from you guys, some of you guys are just diehard Planet CHH viewers, and I can't thank you enough. So my thing is this: we can win this. Now, this is what I'm gonna say. If you want to vote for Planet CHH, what you can do is go to rondooawards.com. The first thing you're going to see on that page is how to vote. It's very simple, okay? This is how you can vote for Planet CHH. There's a whole list of categories. You can vote on categories, or you can just vote for me in my category, okay? If you want to do that, you go to rondooawards.com. I might even pull it up just to show you guys. And what you can do is email the owner. Let me see. Let me get this pulled up because I want you guys to see this. The Rondo Hatton Horror Classic Awards. Guys, I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to see this. I think we can win this. I really do. I think we've got what it takes. And it would be if we pulled this off, it would be the biggest underdog win of all time. All right, guys. So the Rondo Horror Classic Awards. Now, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see the nomination for media, and so there's a lot of categories. There's great categories. Best website, best podcast multimedia. Now, there are some amazing people that were nominated. I looked at a lot of them. Friends, like I said, the Grim Life Collective, Monster Party, Movie Dumpster, Friends, I know those guys. Pod Mortem. But there we have it. Planet CHH, Christian Hanna dissects classics and latest releases. I was honored. So listen, guys, if you want to vote for your old pal, if you guys want to take this home together, what you can do is right here. Tara, T-A-R-A Co. at AOL.com. I want you to email that email by April 20th. What you can do is you can send an email, put Rondo Awards vote, and then put in Planet CHH. We can do this. I'm honored to be nominated, but the credit goes to my viewers. Because you guys, I feel like I want this channel to feel like it not only belongs to me, but to the people that watch it. Because my thing is to bring you guys the content you want. So we can do this. And then guess what? If we don't win, that's fine. I am honored to be among greats. Tons of people that are smarter and better than me than I'll ever be at what I try to do. But we are definitely the underdog of this list. And I'm honored to be on it. So that's that, guys. So thank you to the Rondo people for nominating me. I'm just honored at that. It definitely feels great, and I couldn't be more proud of what we have done in this channel to be nominated and to be acknowledged. That's the Rondo Award, Rondo Hatton Award page, Horror Collector. Back up a little bit, and I'll get you to it. Can you put the email of the video? Yes, I'll do that really quick. And then we're going to talk about some physical media news, because holy shit, I'm sure you guys saw. All right, guys, so here is the page right here. I want you guys to save that for later. All right. The Rondo Hatton Awards. That's the website right there, and then you can vote there. I would love your guys' vote, but listen, if there's other people on that you'd rather vote for them. It's not, you know, I'm just honored to be on there. So by April 20th, get your votes in, guys. And I'd love, if you want to vote for Planet CHH, I'd appreciate that. Okay, so now let's talk about a few other things. And then after that, it's all your guys' episode. Tonight's a show for you guys. And for the people saying they voted, God bless. I appreciate it. Thank you for the votes. I like I said, I couldn't do anything without you guys. You guys are what make planets. It's a planet. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a video on this tomorrow because I have some, not necessarily behind the scenes stuff that I know, but I have some speculation on some things. Big news is Red Shirt Pictures, Michael Felsher, who's really been the perfect guy all along to do this. Because if you guys know Michael Felsher, you need to understand one thing. Thank you guys. I see people saying they're voting for me. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, we're going to win this. We're going to win this award. I think we can do it. I really think we can pull this off. But anyway, check this out. Michael Felsher has been in the business of physical media and releases and working on releases literally since the early 2000s, possibly even 90s. Okay? So what he's doing now is a culmination of years of hard work, making connections, learning about this business, and this whole Red Shirt Pictures thing. Here's another thing you guys need to know. Thank you, D. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Donovan. Thank you, guys. Here's another thing to note. Now I lost track of, somebody just said something about Vestron, which I want to talk about that. Red Shirt Pictures isn't even a new thing. Red Shirt Pictures has been around for a very long time. So what happened was Felsher's Red Shirt Pictures, they used to be all over physical releases for like special features, interviews, documentaries. And if you want to know the quality of work that they do, I mean, just look at the Friday the 13th releases. Who out there remembers on this release, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning DVD release, that Michael Felsher was on this? He's the one that said Part 5 is underrated. Well, they've been around for a while, so Felsher is really the right man for the job. I'm very happy for him. Now, here's the bad news. They were working on Trick or Treat for a long time. We are, in fact, getting Fright Night 2. Here's the bad news, double bad news. Number one, it ain't happening this year. And I can speculate why, but I'm going to talk about this on a formal video tomorrow. Number two, we don't know if it's going to be a Blu-ray or 4K. Here's what I got to say about this, okay? Let's talk about Fright Night for a second. Like I said, formal video tomorrow, but you guys are here, so we got to talk about this. Number one, I don't know that they know where any original elements for this film are. As far as I know, nobody's ever said that they've survived or where they are. they have to probably look at a chain of command to see where they ended up. The elements for Fright Night 2. We don't know. I don't know. I've never heard anybody say that they know where the elements for where it is. So what that could mean and why does that mean that it's not going to come out in 2025? I can tell you number one. Number one is it's a small outlet between Red Shirt and Synapse. Something that I learned talking with Dead Pit and all those guys, because they're friends with Don May Jr., etc. Guys, Synapse, who's working in conjunction with Red Shirt, although Red Shirt is, aka Michael Felsher, is overseeing, in charge of these releases. As a matter of fact, on the Synapse post, they said, if you have any questions, don't message us. Message Red Shirt Pictures. Now, why are they saying that? Because they're going to get bombarded with messages about this, and Synapse is saying, Don May Jr. is saying, leave me the fuck alone. You want to ask 1,000 burning questions? You message Red Shirt Pictures. So, here's what I think. Why is it not going to come out in 2025? 2 reasons. Number one, it is this is not a Vinegar Syndrome where they have departments. This is a couple renegades that are making a physical media release. Number 2, they have to probably go try and search up and down to find the elements. They're gonna have to go look, because as far as I know, they've never found the negative for Fright Night 2. It would have made headlines if it was if it was in the possession of somebody. My money says that we would know about it. Number 2. Now here's the bad news. There's a good chance, in my opinion, that they will make a Blu-ray of this release, and I'll tell you why. Number 1, there's a chance the elements for this are just ruined. They may be able to bake the negative like they kind of do with records to where they can be able to play it or something. I don't even know if they do that to the negative. My point is the negative could be in horrible shape. But if they do a Blu-ray, they're going to probably use a TV broadcast, which is probably what those Spanish blues are from. I see Joey already mentioned, and how did they make the Spanish? Those are from TV broadcasts. Oddly enough, some of those TV broadcasts, they look pretty good. I have some homebrew releases of, let me show you, let me actually tell you about this. I have a homebrew release of this movie right here. Return of the Dead Necropolis only came out on DVD. But by the way, we got 200 people here. I'd love it if you guys dropped the like. And then we're going to go back in a second and tell you guys about the news in case you guys missed that. I have a homebrew that a buddy got made for me of this movie that is better picture quality than this. I asked him, how is that possible? And he says, well, they can get access. People are able to get access to the original TV broadcasts of the film, and they were actually done. They weren't super. They came out on 480 because of the cable, but those elements were good element. That master was a good, whatever it was. He goes, you can take those broadcasts and they look good. So I have a homebrew that looks way better than this. Same thing with this movie. So, thank you, Nick B. I appreciate that. But here's the good news, guys. Here's the absolute best news about Fright Night 2. Okay? Here's the best news I can give you. And here, like I said, the negative hopefully exists, and they can get it and stuff like that. I'm praying it does and they find it. So they're going to go looking for it. And I know that those guys can find that shit. But check this out. Check this out. At the very least, guys, you are going to have a gorgeous looking release for Fright Night 2. You know for a fact, whether it's Blu-ray, whether it's 4K, you guys are going to get a super nice release. And here's the best part. We need Michael Felsher to design the box like a coffin, like they did for the Australian VHS. That's what we need. If it's a Blu-ray, fine. What we need is Julie Carmen. We need her. We need interviews with Julie Carmen. We need interviews with the guy that played Brewster. We need a new retrospective with Tommy Lee Wallace. That's what we need. We can all agree that a Blu-ray for this will be fine. It's not the best case scenario, but what we really want is a ton of information about the making of the film. Because we still got Tommy Lee Wallace. We still got Julie Carmen. Not that she's old. My point is she's alive. We got the guy who's the star of the film. Uncle Rico, who played the werewolf. Uncle Rico, who plays the werewolf. Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite was the werewolf in this film. What we need is a nice documentary. But we need it shaped like a coffin. And what they'll probably do is like the same thing. They'll do a collector's release of Fright Night 2. And then they'll do a standard release. Now, what surprised me was this. We got an announcement earlier today circulating around that Dawn of the Discs put out, which Dawn of the Discs has become a friend. I don't know the guy personally. He keeps that kind of private, but we talk back and forth just about, stuff, and he's been very kind to me and very nice to me. So we talked, I talked to him about something before, but he had posted this morning that Vestron has new titles they're announcing. My thing is this. Was that what he was talking about? Is there actually new Vestron titles that are going to come out this year? Or is that what he was referencing and they are, in fact, the Red Shirt Pictures releases? That's what I need to know. But the thing that got me, which I think this is going to be as exciting or more exciting for some of you guys, is Prom Night 2. So the Prom Night 2 release is a big thing, but there was a secret weapon in those announcements that nobody seems to be talking about. They're talking about Fright Night 2. They're talking about Prom Night 2, but there's a secret weapon in those announcements. Do you guys know what that movie is? The secret weapon in those announcements is, without a shadow of a doubt, this. "976 Evil 2. Finally coming." This is a Jim Wynorski film. And I got news for you guys. I'm going to stake my claim right here, right now. I'm going to state my claim right here now. 976 Evil 2 is as good, if not better, than the first one, because Jim Wynorski knows what the audience wants. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, so that's the announcements. But for the people that just joined, we have 217 people here tonight. God bless all y'all. Please drop a like. For the people that just joined, the announcement was, my personal announcement, was that I was nominated for a Rondo Award for Best Media/Podcast Internet Show. And I dropped the link. I'll drop it one more time. Guys, I think we can pull this off. I really think we can win this award. I think we can do it. I'm going to drop the link right here. And then I'm not going to talk too much about it because then I don't want to pander. But here it is, guys. I'm going to drop the link one more time. What you do is you go to that website. On the website, it shows you the email. You send an email to the email on the front top of the page. You can vote for other categories, or you can just vote for the one category that I'm in. And you can send the email, say Rondo vote, Rondo Awards vote, and then put in, I vote for Planet CHH. I think we can do this. That's it, guys. I'm going to drop the link right there. There you see it. You guys can click that link, save it. Voting ends April 20th. Thank you guys. If you want to vote for old CHH, I'd appreciate that. Okay, so now the rest of the show is all y'all. I will take and field questions, and we'll talk for about 30 minutes. Thank you so much, Jamie. Jamie, by the way, I hope you're doing okay. Jamie made this public, so I feel okay mentioning this, but she had a stroke, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie, I hope you're recovering well. We're all thinking about you. We hope you have a speedy recovery. God bless you, and I hope you're doing okay. I really do. So y'all show some love to Jamie. She's having a rough time over there, but you know, we're hoping she has a speedy recovery. I've seen people come out of strokes perfectly fine. You just never know the rehab and just what the body is able to recover, because you can have some pretty bad nerve damage from strokes and things like that. But we're hoping you're okay. Hopefully it wasn't a bad one. So God bless you. We're thinking about you. That's a great question, Joey. Will Vestron go into hibernation again if Felsher is working on all these titles? Well, that's the thing, right? That's what I'm wondering about. Was Dawn of the Discs, I'm going to ask him about this. Was what he was referencing what ended up being these Red Shirt Pictures announcements, or was what he was referencing still Vestron titles? There very well could still be Vestron titles, because Felsher, I don't know. I mean, he's very hands-on with the Vestron stuff, but I mean, that's under the Lionsgate umbrella. I still think they can pull some of this stuff off. It's not like they were doing these luxurious restorations on these releases. Felsher was working on the special features, and I don't think he still couldn't. Vestron needs to make some more releases. They're always priced super well. It's a win-win. The sell-through rate, the sell-through on the titles are so good, because even if it's not a title that people are going nuts for, the price is so good, people are going to add it to their collection to keep up with their stuff. By the way, I've been hearing for a long time. I've been hearing for a long time that Ghoulies 3, I see somebody in the chat mention, I've been hearing for a long time that Ghoulies 3 was coming, on Vestron. So, I don't know. And I've heard I've been hearing that Ghoulies 3 was in the works for a long time. So, I don't know if Vestron's gonna have if they're gonna be in hibernation. I hope not. I really hope not. If anybody has any recommendations for Amir, he's in New York looking for a physical media place. Y'all let him know. Let me scroll up. Which of the 3 releases am I most excited for? Fright Night 2, first and foremost. Secondly, I'd have to say 976 Evil 2, and then I'd have to say Prom Night 2, because Prom Night 2's a super fun movie, you know. Deep Blue Sea, I ordered that, DJ. I'm just waiting on it. You know, I'll review it myself. Just waiting on it. Svengoolie, I know Svengoolie. Awesome. Has won quite a few of those awards. I hope you won as well. Dude, I'm honored to be nominated. I'm just so honored to be nominated, because, you know, whenever you do these videos, you just put them out there. You never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. You know, that's really cool. When we get to see the Toxic Avenger remake, it's been completely. I don't know. I thought that it's coming out this year, though. I remember seeing something. I think they were having trouble getting distribution. So I don't know. Hopefully soon. I'm very, very excited for the Toxic Avenger remake. I want to see it. You know. Well, Dallas, that's the big thing, Dallas. I think everybody's hoping that we're going to get the uncut versions of Prom Night 3 and Prom Night 3. I don't know if they had 4 on the list. I guess I'm going to record a video about this, talking about this, but we're all hoping that, you know, we're going to get the obvious unrated cuts of Prom Night 3. Lenny, how are you? They did. They hit the jackpot. Well, there's actually there was a 4K scan Blu-ray, I believe, or a 2K scan release that I have that came way after the Scream Factory release from it might have been Code Red. It was Code Red or somebody, Wild Eye Releasing or Code Red did a much better Blu-ray of Terror Train. So I have one. I don't know if that's in print. You'd have to go look that up, Chris. So what I was told, Richard. By the way, I do want to talk to you guys about the Arrow announcements of Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X Tonight. Um, from what I understand, Warner just didn't want to have to relicense it. I don't know what that means in terms of money, who they might have had to pay out or anything like that. So I don't know, but it was licensing is what I was told. But you know, I don't know. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer, but I actually think that Warner, is that who owns it? Warner? I think the parent company, which I believe is under Warner now, I think they're going to release the 4K themselves and it won't be a Scream Factory release. I could be wrong, but you think they should by now. Thank you so much, Anthony, for the super chat. What's up, CHH? Just got home from work. What did I miss? Last time, I don't want to pander, but Anthony, if you did ask, thank you for the $5, by the way. I did get nominated for a Rondo Award. Please go to Google the Rondo Awards. Go to the website and go to the email on the top of the page and respond to send an email to that email name with Rondo Award in the subject, and then put Planet CHH in the subject and in the body to vote for me. I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. I just dropped over $500 at Diabolic because of you and In Search of Darkness. I think. Hey, don't blame me, Travis. Well, what did you get, Travis? Tell me what you got. I want to know what you got. And by the way, the In Search of Darkness 90 through 94, I thought was the best one. I told them personally, because they've been pretty cool to me. They let me watch. They sent me like a private RSS feed of the doc for me to watch. They said, "Do you mind reviewing the documentary?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm going to be honest." They said, "Sure, be honest." Not saying I was going to shit on it to them. I was like, "Hey, I mean, you guys want me to be honest about it, right?" They said, "Yeah, just be honest about it." I watched 90 through 94, guys. No bullshit. I thought 90 through 94 was the best one. And they covered so many of great full moon titles. So I thought 90 through 94 was the absolute best one. Thank you, A-Dub. Your Arrow Slasher video was excellent. Two I hadn't seen. The Win was excellent. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I know you don't watch trailers anymore, but have you come across Ash yet? Unsure how the movie's going to be, but the visuals and score might make it worth a watch. I haven't seen anything about it, Amir, but if you tell me it's good, let me know when it comes out and I'll watch it. I do not watch trailers anymore though. You are right about that. Thank you, CU Confidential. Thank you. Scorpion did the Terror Train. Okay, thank you. Phil, how are you? Phil, I'm so sorry about your mom, man. God bless you, dude. D, I'm going to keep this super short because when I talk wrestling, I bleed viewers like crazy. People dip out. I thought Cena's heel turn was the best thing I've seen since. I thought it was the best thing I've seen in a long time. Wrestling is actually good right now. I'm just so happy. Suede, how are you? What am I more excited for? Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X? I am more excited for Jason X. I am. I love Jason X. I'll tell you why. I actually think 99% of you in the chat will agree with what I'm about to say. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Jason X artwork is the best. The Jason X artwork they did is the fucking best. Without a shadow of a doubt. It's got to be I'm more excited for Jason X. Thank you. Lenny, I got bad news for you, brother. Unfortunately, the Sleepaway Camp films are under the license of Sandpiper Pictures. Those rat bastards. They don't give two shits. Sandpiper Pictures is terrible. Oh man. Fachi, how are you doing, dude? Excuse me. Sergio, thank you so much for $1.99. What's up, man? 3 new Vestron titles coming soon. Well, we thought so. Unless there's other news. We thought so, but it turns out Red Shirt is dropping major plates. Dropping major plates on our ass. So, thank you so much, Sergio. I appreciate the $1.99, dude. One of my favorite, 3 favorite non-Rocky or Rambo Stallone movies. Great question. I gotta go Cobra. Strike that. Let's start again. I'm gonna say Over the Top. I'm gonna say Copland, which is an amazing feature. And I'm gonna say Fist, which is an amazing movie about one of the most fascinating people in American history. The man who started the union organizations. His name's slipping me. I always draw blanks on these shows. It makes me sound like an idiot. The hell is his name? Jimmy Hoffa. Excuse me, Jimmy Hoffa. Fist is a great movie about Stallone playing Jimmy Hoffa. It's actually a really good movie. Not better than Irishman, but it's a great movie. I've been hearing that those movies are already done. You know? Well, here's the thing. There's a chance, C-Red, here's the thing. There's a chance that they still could be. And I feel a little bad. I never once said, hey, guys, I heard Freddy versus Jason is coming out from Arrow. I did say often, though, you know, there is obviously a chance because if New Line is putting out their box set of the mainline Elm Streets of 1 through New Nightmare, then I can totally see them licensing Freddy vs. Jason to Arrow. And I still think that's possible, C-Rad. Who's to say it's not? Maybe maybe that'll come out this Halloween, C-Rad. Wouldn't that be a great Halloween title? I can understand Arrow not wanting to blow their load with this right away. Like they could be doing they could be doing Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X now, and they could still be doing Freddy versus Jason later this year. Because if New Line's not doing it, we clearly see that they're doing their Elm Street films of 1 through New Nightmare. I can totally see them doing a license for just 4K to Arrow for Freddy vs. Jason. I totally could see it. I just think we need to be a little bit more patient. I wouldn't be too disappointed yet, C-Red. It's only March this year, brother. It's only March. Well, Travis Scott slapped the ever-loving piss out of Cody. He better get a receipt for that. He will. He's going to get a receipt for that. Cody's going to blast him. I believe we do have a super chat. Let's do a couple questions real quick. We'll get to the super chat. Christian, do you have any Freddy tats? If not, what would you get? Night related. I don't know. It's tough. Like I need to get a Freddy tat, but it's tough. I've got Return of the Living Dead 2, Return of the Living Dead 1, Halloween 6, Halloween 2, Halloween 1, Jason Lives tat. I got the Tombstone, Blair Witch, Blue Oyster Cult, Alice Cooper. So I'm gonna get a nightmare tat, but it's just I don't know what to get. It's very tough. It's very tough to figure out what I'm gonna get. Thank you so much, Anthony, for a $5 super chat. Hey CHH, I hope you don't get upset with me, but I decided to just do Blu-rays. I love having a look at my 4K HDR10 projector and play. No, of course I'm not upset with you, Anthony. I say all the time that Blu-ray is still. I think Blu-ray is the most versatile format because it's still competitive today. It's still able to push the limits today. While you can do the 4K scans on Blu-ray, and while it's still compressed at 1080p, those restorations still look great on Blu-ray. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't apologize. I think that's awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Anthony. I'll give you a clip. Um, let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Get a baby Freddy tat. That's actually a great idea. I would love to get a baby Freddy tat. Let me go back and look at some of your comments because I did skip some of them. I did see that. I did see that. Whether they're gonna put it out in 4K, I don't know. I can see them doing it, Dallas. I hope so. Sam Blaster ain't doing them no favors. Slippy and Synapse didn't drop 2 scoops. He dropped a whole gallon of ice cream. Not necessarily an anti-Hoffa movie. I think it's just they go into. I mean, and they did the same thing in The Irishman. Hoffa was kind of a mob guy. Like yeah, he was spending the union money. He was kind of gambling the union money and doing some stuff with it. But it's one of those things like he kind of became a monster. So I wouldn't say it's anti. It's like I wouldn't say Hoffa is like some sort of hero, but he's a fascinating figure in history, and we never found his body. Obviously, he was killed, but we never knew what happened to him. There's books I've read about it. There's guesses about how he died. Most people think he's at the bottom of the ocean somewhere, but I wouldn't say it's anti. I just think it goes into some of the shit he started doing, man. So. Definitely. I don't know if I have a favorite season of Alf. It's just all money, right? Alf is great. I got into Alf 2 years ago, and I've been a fan ever since. Thank you, JG, for a $5 super chat. Congrats on Rondo, man. Thank you very much. Gotta plug my man Fred Olin Ray's memoir for the book Cat. He's a Corman-esque journeyman filmmaker. Of course, I know Fred Olin Ray. I've got one of his movies. I was just watching one of his movies the other day, Terror Tunes. Where's it at? I got it somewhere. Terror Tunes. No, Evil Tunes. Excuse me. Let me grab it real quick. I'm a Fred Olin Ray fan myself. Evil Tunes. Fred Olin Ray. Yeah, this is a wild, ridiculous movie. People didn't think he could do it. They didn't want to give him any money to do it. He's Corman-esque journeyman filmmaker, rooting for both of you. Yeah, I mean, of course, I would say definitely vote for Fred Olin Ray. Legend. In my opinion, he's a legend. Thank you so much, JG. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. God bless you. Wait, what? What are my thoughts on the Blair Witch 4K release? What? They're putting out the Blair Witch on 4K? No. No, they're not doing. What are you talking about, Swade? Blair Witch 4K. What? No. You're pulling my leg. I covered that a while back, Sergio, and then it was radio silence. We haven't heard anything else about it. So I don't know what the deal is with Sleepwalk Return of Living Dead 3. I know that they found a master tape that had like 8 minutes or something more, but I never heard anything else about it. So I have no idea I have no idea. I agree, A-Dub. Yeah, it is definitely a good thing that they have it because they are going to do a great job. 1,000%. I legitimately totally agree with that. I think Richard's on to something. I actually agree with this. I can see Arrow releasing Freddy versus Jason around the same time New Line. I mean, I can see it happening. I really do. Yeah, but I mean, Richard, we're older. I don't know how old you are, Richard, but like, I have no idea who's popular with hip hop. The only guys I kind of know of, like when I was coming up, it was all about 50 Cent, still kind of Ja Rule, um, even LL Cool J to a certain extent. Snoop Dogg was big in '04. He had a huge record with that Drop It Like It's Hot. I mean, it was huge. But then I stopped listening to hip hop and rap around 2007, 8. I didn't like the way it was sounding anymore. I remember Lil Wayne's The Carter 3 was like a masterpiece though. I loved that record. But anyway, I think these guys like Travis Scott are huge. You know, they probably got millions and millions of monthly listeners, so they're definitely bringing people new eyes on the product. But he slapped the piss out of Cody. Cody's gonna get a receipt on that. I guarantee you. Cody will get a receipt on him. I need to see that episode, Trekopedia, because I would love MythBusters. Did y'all hear what MythBusters did? By the way, we got 222 people here. Please drop a like on the show. One of the MythBusters guy said, "What's something that about the show that people don't know about?" He said, "We were doing it. Listen to this, guys. This actually was scary." He said, "We were doing an episode on everyday item that people have that we heard had explosive reactive elements to it, meaning like you could take this everyday item, whatever it was, and you can alter it somehow by adding something to it or cooking it or doing something to it, but it was an everyday item that everybody had in their house where it had it had this sort of reactive explosive reaction that was so deadly and so powerful. He says we decided we couldn't talk about this because it would give crazy people an idea of how to blow stuff up and kill people. So we said we're never going to talk about it. We're deleting the footage. It doesn't exist, and we'll never utter a word about it. That scared the hell out of me because I'm thinking to myself, what was the element? Was it sugar? Was it water? Like, what was it? But they did some sort of. He talked about it in an interview, and it's scary. Because he says it was so reactive, this everyday element that people have, that it could destroy stuff. So that's terrifying. Thank you so much. Dark Room Reviews with a $1.49 super sticker, a dumbbell. I'm guessing it's a little emoji thing. Thank you so much, Dark Room Reviews. I appreciate that. Anthony. Thank you so much, Anthony, with a $10 super chat. Hey, CHH, now that I'm doing just Blu-rays, do you have any horror upgrade recommendations? And congrats on Rondo noms. I did vote for you. Thank you for the Rondo vote. Well, Anthony, the first thing I'll say is stuff like Alice, Sweet Alice, a lot of stuff that's done in 2K. What I would recommend, Anthony, is if you're going to go look for a release you want to get, of something you don't have. Like, for instance, Alice, Sweet Alice is available in 4K, but it's also available on Blu-ray. look at the Blu-ray and look at the remaster. If it's anything above a 1080p, meaning if it was restored from the negative in 2K or restored from the negative in 4K and it's a Blu-ray, Anthony, you're probably going to be all right. Another thing I can tell you is Deep Blue Sea from Arrow is getting a Blu-ray release. It's still taken from the negative just the way the 4K is as well. So stuff like that, you can still get some fantastic image out of it. As a matter of fact, I might have even ordered the Deep Blue Sea Blu-ray version just so I could review that because everybody's going to be reviewing the 4K version. I figured why not I could do the Blu-ray. So my point is, there's a lot of great releases that are Blu-ray, but when you're looking at them, look at the description and see if there's remaster information about those. So thank you so much, Anthony. God bless you. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Unpopular opinion: Return to Sleepaway Camp is nowhere bad as people make it up to me. Well, I think it's hysterical, but I do think it shows that the guy that directed Sleepaway Camp, it might have been a fluke, to be fair. Like I think Sleepaway Camp is a classic, and like it just lives in perfect harmony. The quality and the acting and the sort of not renegade, but like the guerrilla filmmaking nature of those low budget films. I think it lives in perfect harmony and was made at a perfect time for a guy like that to make that. But when he comes back to direct the new one, to me it's so bad it's good. I think it's hysterical, but people just shit on it and they don't see the humor in it. But anything that has Isaac Hayes in it is an automatic 3 stars anyway. Who doesn't love Isaac Hayes? Yeah, that's not a 4K. Suede, if you're just talking about the second sight release, I have that and I did a review on that, and that was one of my favorite reviews I did last year. It was my favorite release of last year, by the way. That was a Blu-ray release. What they did was they remastered the 16 millimeter film stuff from the movie, because remember there was handheld camera stuff, and then there was 16 millimeter film stuff that they did back and forth. They remastered the 16 millimeter stuff on that for the release, but it's still a Blu-ray release. So it's not a 4K release per se, but it's an amazing release. Suede, go check out my review for that. It's an amazing release. I'm looking at it right now. It's probably the best release Second Sight's ever done. What are my thoughts on the new Ghost album, Skeleton, and the new song Satan Eyes? Well, I can't give an opinion on the album, but I can say that I did like the song Satan Eyes. But just like any Ghost song, it takes at least 3 listens before the song needs to, any Ghost song needs to marinate with you. Anybody that just says they instantly love a Ghost song is not a super diehard Ghost fan. Because the truth is, I've been listening to Ghost for over 10 years now. I've been with them since nearly the beginning. And every time with Ghosts, I never love a song at first. I always have to revisit it a couple times. And like a lot of them, they grow on me like weeds. So, and this one was no different. I've listened to Satan Eyes about 4 or 5 times, and I get it now. I understand the sound, and I'm excited for the record. I am. I'm very excited for the record. But I like the song. I think it's a good single. I agree. He does need to get off his ass. I have not seen the Tomorrow War. Rondo, not only have I seen Daylight, if you watch my last live show I did, where it's got like the cover art has like, go to my lives, Rondo. I just did it like last week. I was doing a live show. My buddy Cody hopped on with me, and somebody asked me about Stallone, or we got to talk about Night Films. Rondo, I went on a 20-minute diatribe about how Daylight is the most underrated disaster film of all time. I am obsessed with Daylight. And Kino is going to let me review the 4K coming up. So I can't wait. I am the biggest Daylight fan you'll ever meet. So thank you, Maxim, for checking the channel. You're a new subscriber. I started in 2012. 2012 was when I started. By the way, CHH, I got a screener for Lauren Rivera's movie The Fetus. Oh, cool. I saw some promotion for that, not a trailer or anything, but I saw some promotion for that. We'll let you and Butterman know how it is when you do Planet Dirty tomorrow. Looks like a wild practical effect. I think we're doing Planet Dirty Saturday, but awesome still. Thank you. Looks like a wild practical effect driven creature feature. Yeah, dude, I'm excited. And if I set the show for Friday, it needs to be Saturday, but I'm pretty sure it's Saturday. I know Brandon can't do it tomorrow. So, but awesome, dude. Yes, congrats on that. What are my thoughts? All right, I'm gonna answer this, and I'm not gonna stick on this too much because I'll start bitching, complaining. What are your thoughts about the news that the characters from the Scream franchise that have already been killed off return for Scream 7? It's either the most brilliant thing that we're ever gonna see, or it's gonna be the stupidest shit that we're ever gonna see. There's no in between. There is no in between. Scream 7 is either gonna defy the odds and be the most brilliant movie we've ever seen, or it's gonna be the biggest pile of shit. That's honestly what I think. That's what I really think. And Kevin Williamson was great, but listen, everybody's got their time. Not every Motorhead record was great. Not every Alice Cooper record was great. And that pains me to say because I'm his biggest fan. But everybody has their time, even with directors. You know, some directors have their time. I mean, George Romero is my favorite director, but if I said everything he did after 1992 was amazing, I'd be full of shit. So, and I think that could be the case with Kevin. You know, Kevin had his time. I don't know if what he's going to do now is going to work. He had his pulse on pop culture big time in the 90s and early 2000s. He wrote an amazing show. I mean, Kevin's going to live forever, his work. But my point is, I don't know about this. I really don't. And I don't know if people are going to be honest about how they really feel about it. I'll be honest with you about that. I have not seen that. I have not seen that, Jigsaw. I'll have to look into that. Let Me Make You a Martyr with Marilyn Manson. I have not seen that. When is the 8K TCM coming out? That'll be $750. Oh, what's up, Brad? What's going on, dude? Look, guys, Terror Vision's here, and guys, remember on that I have to order that. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm gonna order that. Terror Vision has their first box set coming out, which I'm fucking excited for. It's the shoestring slashers, and you know, Phantom Brother was a movie. Like I said, Paul Zamorelli. It might have been Analog Archivist. He did a VHS review of Phantom Brother, and the artwork, the poster art of that was like mesmerizing, and like he talked about the movie, and it's not what I thought it was gonna be, but it sounds so interesting. That's the only one I've heard of in that box set, the shoestring slashers. But I mean, it's really great that you know TerraVision's getting into getting into box sets. They're doing a box set because that's awesome. So I'm definitely grabbing that myself. But that's awesome. I can't wait for that. So congrats on that, guys. Powered coffee creamer, flammable and combustible. In college, made a miniature bomb, which is coffee creamer and an open flame. Holy shit! Does it smell good when it blows? Like if you use French vanilla? Thank you so much, Mr. Deadlights, with a $5 chat super chat. Thinking of making a short film this year called Lust and Blood, and I'm going to use Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground as the opening of the film. Well, that sounds great to me. Great choice of song there. Thank you so much, Mr. Deadlights. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Anything with whatever that word is, I'm from Louisiana, can become a bomb. I imagine that's what. Yeah, I mean, all I know is when the guy from Mythbusters was talking about it, like he wasn't joking, like he was dead ass serious. He said we decided it could be detrimental to society if we actually made this video public, so we deleted the footage and we'll never talk about what it was. And I was just like, holy shit. You know what? I passed on that Dark Room. I passed on that, and now I'm gonna go buy it on Amazon tonight. Night of the Animated Dead, because I passed on that because I just didn't think I'd be interested in it, but I want to get it now. Oh, it's $8. Fuck yeah. Buy it now. $8. Thank you for reminding me about that. Rocky 1 or First Blood? First Blood's the greatest movie Stallone's ever done, in my opinion. I love Rocky, but to me, First Blood's the greatest movie Stallone's ever done. Thank you for the $5, JG. Appreciate that. You think there's any chance Melissa Barrera gets cast in Ready or Not 2? Hearing rumors, you hyped about Ready or Not 2. Either way, yeah, Ready or Not, was that the movie where it was kind of got a little bit over the top with the it was like a movie in a house where the girl's trying to fight for life. Do I think that they can cast here? They can cast her. Sure, why not? I don't know. I'm assuming. Are you asking me that because that was the guys that fired her from the movie Scream to begin with? Um, if is that why you're asking, or is it just rumors that she's? Because I don't remember if that was the same production guys that did those movies or not. But I'd love to see her in it. I loved her in Scream. I identified with her the most. I think she's about my age and everything, and in real life, and I liked her. I liked her, and Scream 5 and 6, the more than anybody, quite frankly. So, but yeah, I loved Ready or Not. That was a kind of a sleeper, like badass movie when it came out. Well, that doesn't exactly give me a whole lot of hope, Blu-ray Addict. So, listen, listen. I'm not joking. Anybody that is at least my age or older and grew up with CRT televisions and those big furniture piece TVs, y'all really don't understand how heavy CRT televisions are. If you were laying if you were laying down and I dropped a 32-inch CRT from 7, 8 feet, it could absolutely kill you. I don't care what you say. It could absolutely kill you, especially if it's plugged in and it sparks. He's dead. But I still want to see him in the movie. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. AI crap. I have not seen Towering Inferno. I own it though, Rondo. I need to get around to seeing that. And of course, anybody that mentions movies I love, I gotta stop what I'm doing. Bring it up. You know, Banak Banaka and a street sign they bought from a store. It worked. Oh wow, Jesus Christ. My favorite Breaking Bad character, definitely Walter. Jesse cried like a bitch too much. Jesse annoyed the shit out of me. I never liked Jesse. He's a whiny crybaby bitch. Jesse annoyed the piss out of me because all I did was piss and moan and cry like a baby. I was always Team Walter. Through the good and the bad, I was always Team Walter White. But when that older guy, Mike, showed up, then once Mike shows up, I'm Team Mike through and through. I loved Mike. Then Mike became my favorite character. I don't really have a favorite episode of Breaking Bad, but probably when honestly early on in the show when Walter says this isn't meth and he throws that thing down and it blows that room up with that what was that guy's name? The crazy guy in the beginning of the show. That was probably one of my favorite moments. Night of the Animated Dead is really good. You'll enjoy. Oh, good night. Well, I'm excited. I have seen Dreamcatcher Darkroom. I saw it right when it came out. If I'm correct, it might have been like 2004, though. Christian DM me. I'll tell you what I think they'll do at Scream 7 years ago. When I was working at Vinegar Syndrome, I met with Kevin. We talked slasher films for a while. I told him I had a theory. Ooh. Okay. I will. Obviously, that'll be private. I won't talk about that. Oh, here's the follow up. I had a theory about the original Scream. Kevin said I had quite the imagination And now I have this weird feeling he's going. Oh yeah, I have to. Yeah, now I gotta know. Now I gotta know. Did I'm wondering too. Now I'm just curious. I'll message you about, but now I'm wondering. Were you talking to Kevin about something VS related at the time? Did he do something? Did y'all do a movie of his or something that I don't remember? But anyway, I'll find out about that. Thank you so much for the $4.99, Quentin. I missed the St. Patrick's Day shirt clip. Oh, God damn it! I'm gonna bring that back. I promise I'm gonna bring that back. Just bear with me. I gotta basically go rip it off of one of the old episodes because the file is gone. So I'd have to either get Cody to do another voice note for me, but it wouldn't be the same. But you know, I appreciate it nonetheless. I'll figure it out. Thank you so much. Stu got literally stabbed to death. Yeah. Night of the Animated Dead is awesome. Good. Hell yeah. Yeah, but he just cried like a bitch. Walter was so smart. It was hard not to love Walter because he always was a step ahead. Like when they were stuck in the motorhome and Walter figured out to call Hank and have when Walter was able to get the lawyer's assistant to call Hank's phone and pretend to be somebody from the hospital saying the wife got in a wreck, that was brilliant. Walter was so smart. It was I could never hate him. I could never hate him. Jesse just cried and cried and cried. Not true, Christian. If it was Wes Craven's intention to have him back in the scrapped Scream 3 movie due to Columbine accident, then he was still alive. Well, my thing is this, and you know it's funny because that was news to me. I think Cody from Doodleless Movies was the guy who told me about that. I'd never heard about that, and I was like, has these people have they talked about this publicly? And he was like, of course, yeah. And then he said, I don't know if it's true or not, but Cody said that he thought that they pulled it so fast, but they still actually paid. They still had to pay what's his face for the movie. But my point is this: Dr. Loomis died at the end of Halloween 2. Okay, they brought him back because it's movies. Okay, my thing is this. What I said earlier was, of course, that would have killed him. But I still want to see him in the movie. You get what that's the difference. My thing is this. I just want to accept reality. You have to stretch and bend the rules. And it goes the same if it would have been for Scream 3. Of course Dr. Loomis died in Halloween 2. He was in that room, and he set the place ablaze. Of course he died. Right? And we never saw Loomis come out of the room. But you know what? He came back because he's a beloved character, and screw it. It's movies. Let's bring him back. That's where I'm coming from with this whole thing. Right? I could say the same thing with Stu. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I could say the same thing. It's like, yeah, I want to see him back, but he's dead. And the thing is how some people will vigorously defend the fact that, no, he would have been a lot. It's like, get real. That's my whole thing is just, just be realistic with your expectations on this. Thank you so much, Quentin, for the $4.99. Did you see I got the Halloween 25 Years of Terror documentary in the mail? Dude, listen. Anybody that's been a watcher of this channel for at least a year, y'all saw when I did a video on this documentary last year. And somebody sent that video to the guy that worked on it. His name's slipping me. Anthony Massey. Anthony reached out to me and said, hey, I saw your video. I thought it was really funny, and I enjoyed it. If you ever had any questions for me, let me know. I'd love to do an interview if you want. I said, I'd love to interview you. So I interviewed Anthony Massey about this documentary. Guys, that interview was amazing. Y'all need to go watch that interview. Go watch that interview I did with Anthony Massey. Thank you so much. Um, yes and no. I don't think the purpose of the reveals. I think people put too much into the reveals, where they just need to enjoy the ride on ridiculous rom com horror movies like that. But people really get up in arms about reveals. I could have cared less who the reveal. I couldn't have cared less who the reveal was in that movie because I enjoyed the film. I don't think the purpose was some like, oh my god moment in that movie. I'll be honest with you. I think people put too much weight in reveals sometimes. If you were new to physical media, what would you start doing now? 4Ks or Blu-rays? I think it'd be better to just get the equipment for 4K. Like obviously, like 1080 4K TVs, you can get Hisense 4K TV. Like this is a Hisense 4K TV, a 58 inch. I got it for $299. It's an amazing TV. It's got Dolby Vision too. Cost me $299, and I would get a 4K player. Why? Because if you do that, you'll be able to play all your, you know, you could play DVDs and Blu-rays, and you need to be set up for 4K. The smart thing to do is to be set up for 4K, and then you can buy whatever you want, and you don't have to decide one or the other. Does that make sense? That's the best thing to do. He's just a little crispy. Come on. What horror movie franchise do I think has the best posters overall? A Nightmare on Elm Street, without a shadow of a doubt. Friday the 13th has some great ones. I love the Halloween ones, a lot of the simplicity. But Nightmare on Elm Street had an artist doing all of them for the early years. Without a shadow of a doubt, the Elm Street posters are the absolute best. Some of the best in all time. Listen, listen. We do not even Joe Dante films live on their own. Every Joe Dante film is perfect, so we're not even going to comment about that. Orwelliason, hey Christian, love you, buddy. Hope all is well. Thank you, dude. I love you too. And everything is good. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Mr. Deadlights, with a $2 super chat. Best flavor of Angry Orchard. I mean, I I don't really venture out too much. I definitely just get the crisp red apple. Um, but I can't remember if I've tried different flavors. But the crisp red apple is without a shadow of a doubt. So I have some in the fridge. I'm gonna drink some tonight, but they're amazing. Are you kidding me? They're phenomenal. I love them both, Matt. I like the performance of one, but I like the look of two. And I say I like the performance of one because the same actor did both, but he really got to move around more. But the design of two is great. I really like the design of two. I remember the Silent and Deadly Night controversy as a kid. Think any fairly mainstream movies will get that level of controversy again? Even Terrified movies haven't. Um, no. I think we have gotten so desensitized today that it's hard to. What's left that's super controversial? You know, there are some things that will always be. There are some things that society will probably always say under no circumstance, like like this isn't horror related, but like when that cuties movie came out on Netflix, the entire world was like fuck this, and rightfully so. But when it comes to horror, I don't know what there is that really is left. It's like even like on screen deaths for horror movies with kids. It's like, man, this was done and like this is far from new. uh when people talk about like when I see people talk about Terrifier 3, and it's like, oh my god, I'm thinking to myself, have you seen Bird with a Crystal Eye? Have you seen Don't Torture a Duckling? Have you seen Assault on Precinct 13? John Carpenter was dropping John Carpenter was dropping kids before Leone was born. And it's not. And Leone was never. The director was never the one saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna break the rule." He never said that. I think it was just fake hype crap. You know. So to answer your question, probably not. I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think. At least off. I just. I can't. At this moment, I don't think that there's ever going to be a super controversy like that. There are even some people that think that the Silent Night, Deadly Night thing was fake, but I don't. I really don't think it was. I can see how that could have been a big deal back in the 80s. I agree. The Burbs is a perfect movie. I've never had, off of memory, I don't recall ever getting a replacement disc from Vinegar Syndrome. I can tell you who's the best at replacement discs is Severin. They don't if you because if you just buy from their website, they don't have to say, okay, go email this one and put in your information. They just send them all out to their people that they sold from. I am a PB&J guy. I like both. I like strawberry on toasted bread with. I'll put a little bit of butter and strawberry jam, not jelly but jam on toast. But I like grape. What is my favorite boutique Blu-ray distributor? Mm. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I get the most excited for. How about that? I think I get the most excited for Vinegar Syndrome. I definitely get excited when they get some super hit titles that you're not expecting. But there's always a culture of just excitement with Vinegar Syndrome, good, bad, or ugly, and that's because they're brilliant marketers. Um, Severin's really stepped it up. I think we all need to give a shot of praise to Severin. I think they've really stepped it up big time over the last couple years with their sales and the excitement, right? Um, Probably, I think Second Sight may be it though. I think Second Sight is like when Second Sight announces stuff, they got good shit to announce. You know, I did see that. I read about Rumpelstiltskin. I read about that. Acto Violence sent me a link to that earlier. I was like, what? That's crazy shit. Thank you so much, Hard Rocker. Appreciate that. Uh, I've posted some of y'all. Did y'all is the show playing from the beginning for y'all? I feel like the show's probably playing for the beginning for y'all. Wow. Do I have a favorite trauma movie? It's probably Toxic Avenger. Toxic Avenger. It's kind of a lame answer, but I love Toxic Avenger. I love Terra Firma. You know, Nukem High. All that's good shit, man. Listen, we're at an hour and 24 minutes. I've had a blast tonight. Guys, remember, go to the Rondo Awards website. I'll drop it one more time. You go to this website. On the main page, they're going to be on the main page is going to be the announcement where you can email you vote in the email. Email the email that's at the top and just vote for me. You don't have to go and vote for all the other categories, although I implore you to please look at the categories and look at stuff that strikes you. But you can vote for me there. I think we can win this. I really do. Um, Listen, I've had a great time tonight. Uh, Tomorrow's video, we're gonna go a little bit more detail on the announcement. Tomorrow's video, I'm letting y'all know right now, we'll have a little bit more detailed announcements on the stuff that we heard from Red Shirt Pictures and Synapse today. That'll be tomorrow's video. I also have a You Need a Candle sale tomorrow. I've got Shamrock Leprechaun melts dropping tomorrow, as well as Planet CHH springtime melts that drop tomorrow. But I'll have an announcement for that in tomorrow's video. I'll have a little 30-second pre-roll ad that I'll film for that video tomorrow. But thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Please drop a like before you go. God bless you guys. Vote for me at the Rondo Awards. We can pull this off, guys. We can have the biggest upset ever on the Rondo Awards. Because we are definitely the underdogs on that list. We are the underdogs. But I think we can pull it off. So thank you guys so much. God bless y'all. Everybody